Hello and welcome back to IdiotCraft, the Minecraft series where you, the audience, get to tell me, a professional artist idiot, exactly what to do with the world. I'm laughing because, I've logged on and some things have happened. Let me explain. So last time you remember, we did a little bit of work with some automation. So over in our animal area, which is just over there, we created an automatic chicken farm to get us some cooked chicken, which I have modified a little bit, and I'll talk you through that. And I also, off camera, did pretty much the same setup to get some eggs as well. But for this to work, I decided to AFK away from keyboard over in the farm area for a while underground. Thought I was completely secure, and something happened. Let me show you what I mean. So first things first, chicken farm. If we come down here, I can show you. You'll notice the ticking is a little bit different. And if I come down here, yeah, look at all of this cooked chicken. Amazing, and all those feathers as well. So the change I have made to this is now, instead of a hopper, we have under here a hopper minecart, which then feeds into a hopper underneath here, just there. Then that hopper feeds into the chest. So the hopper minecart will drag things out much better than just a standard hopper. Now that ticking that you can hear, let's get out. There we go. So just down here, you can see in here, I've got two observers, and they are looking at each other. So I placed the first observer. Then when I placed the second observer, it sent a pulse to the first one that something had updated in front of it, which then made the second observer tick, which then they go backwards and forwards, observing each other, noticing that something has changed, and ticking each time. So that's a much more efficient clock, and it means that it's constantly running. Every time an egg is laid, it goes into here, dispenses out, and an egg is fired into this section where a baby chicken will sometimes be born, and then when it grows up, it gets burnt in the lava. And yeah, it's not the most efficient farm in the world, but it works. And then over here, I've created essentially the same thing. Hoppers on top of a chest with carpet on top, chickens on top of that. And if I look in here, yeah, we're completely full of eggs in there. In fact, the hoppers are also completely full. So whilst I was AFK over here, yeah, something happened over here. So I've got a feeling a creeper exploded and has left quite a sizable hole in here, and on top of that we have this random block here, because I thought, oh no, all my sheep have died. Nope, pretty sure an enderman has placed this over here, because now all of our sheep are over here. There was actually a block over there, which meant a couple of them got out, and our horse somehow has ended up in the cows. So completely bizarre. So I'm gonna have to try and wrangle all the sheep. I've got some wheat. Here we go. If I get this wheat out, I should be able to wrangle all of my sheep back into their pen, and then I can simply go and grab my horse and bring him back over. Okay, that's all the sheep back. The hole is kind of filled in. I need to get some more dirt to fill the rest of that in. I did a bit of breeding as well, because we have lost a couple of sheep. Now, where has my horse gone? And how did he get in here? He's outside now. How did he get outside? Oh no, there he is. There must be a block on the outside of this that allowed him to get hit in. Let's have a little bit of a ride around. Oh, I can see another hole there. Yeah, these endermen have been a bit of a pain, haven't they? I don't see anything on the outside that explains how my horse got into here. Let's go back up here. There we go. So the other thing you might notice over here in the chickens is I've just given it a bit of variety. There's yeah, lots of space for them, and they can climb up, and it just looks a little bit more natural. We'll be doing that in the other areas as we work on those as well. So maybe this could be a little pond in the middle for the sheep. So that is one issue done and dusted. That is sorted. Let's now head over towards the iron farm, because something else has happened over there. So here we are over at the iron farm, and as you can see, it is still working perfectly fine, except for one small thing, and that is the newest update has changed the way the chunks around spawn work, which means that this now no longer works all the time. So it's great for what it is, and I did do some AFK over here, and I collected some iron, but yeah, for this to be loaded all the time, it might need to be relocated over towards where where my house is, or I just spend a little bit more time over here. So I have also done a little bit of work here, as you can see. This chest, oh my days, it's completely empty. But let's go down here. Ah, here we are. I've set up a little hopper system. Wow, very loud. There we go. Now that that iron column has died quietly. Yes, I've set up a little hopper system down here. So we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 double chests all set up. So it all filters down to the lowest chest first, which is full of iron and poppies. And this one is full of iron and poppies. And this one is getting full of iron and poppies. And there's a little bit of rotten flesh in there. A zombie must have got into the system. And if we check the hoppers, I put a single stick in all these places to minimize how much iron is being stuck in the hoppers. So that is all done. And then down here I have a little bed. And that means that this little area is somewhere I can come and stay if needs be. Wow, you are very loud. You may notice the lighting is slightly different as well. Someone mentioned that the YouTuber B-Dubs, one of the hermits, sets his lighting to 30%. So I have done that on here just to see what happens. And it certainly changes the atmosphere. I know that there are some kind of distant fog mods that you can get as well. Some resource packs that add some depth, which I think would be really nice when we're thinking about playing this game in an artistic, aesthetic way. I think that's something I would definitely be interested in doing. In fact, let's head over to the house and I'll show you what this lighting looks like. Okay, so we are back at the house. If we go inside, there we go. It looks a little bit more atmospheric in here. When it gets to nighttime, even more so. We have a look in the tower. Yeah, it's still quite bright in here because of all those glowberries. And then if I come down into the basement, ooh, look how gloomy this looks. It just gives it a little something extra. So, on to today's mission. So, today's comment was about the dog. So we have Rufus our hound, we have a couple of other dogs as well, and we recently looked at armadillos, which was the animal update, but it also introduced in that update some new variants of the dogs. So we're going to go out and see if we can find any of them. Whilst I'm out doing a little bit of exploring, there's something I want to do for myself. So with this slightly gloomier lighting, I thought it would be fun to work with some candles. And to get candles, I need bees. So I'm going to get prepared to see if I can pick up any bees as well. Okay, I think I have just about everything to set off an adventure except some food. So let's head over to the chicken farm, grab some food, and grab our horse. Then we can set off. That's a stack of cooked chicken. And that's a horse. Right, I think we've got everything. We're going to head down to the path. We're going to start heading. I think we're just going to go north. Yeah, why not? We've explored south quite a lot in the deserts. We've gone over to the west quite a lot. East not so much. We can do some east searching as well, but it's more deserts and badland over there. Let's go north. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so I've been riding around. I just heard the telltale woof. And here we have one of the varieties. This is a very white dog. So let's get off our horse. I actually brought with me a fence and a lead. Come here, come here. There we go. Lovely. And I have loads of bones. So come here, doggy. Come here. Be my friend. Be my friend. Come, come. Yay! You will come with me now. Okay, follow me. Let's carry on heading out. I'm really loving having a horse, but it's quite hard to control. Is that a flower biome over there? You know what? That's actually going to be very useful. Let's go and have an explore. Oh no. Oh no, I've fallen down a hole. There we go. Luckily my horse can jump. Oh! Oh, that's a beehive. Right. Okay, horsey, I need to pop you back down again. Okay, beehives. Do you have any bees in you? There's a bee. Hello, bee. Are you going to go in your hive? Right, now, if I put a fire underneath, there we go, that's going to smoke that, and then I've got a silk touch shovel, which is the only silk touch tool I've got. If I now, okay, That means I've got a bee nest and it has a bee in there as well. At least one bee. Okay, great. We are making progress. You know what? That's quite a lot of water to cross. This might be the point at which we leave our horse here and make our way on foot. Okay, let's set out on foot. Let's see. We'll leave our horse there. We will come back for our horse, but let's see what we can find over here. Because actually, flowers are something that is quite high on my list of things to find. Because a lot of the blocks I want to work with are coloured, and colours, the dyes, come from flowers. So we do have lots of flowers here, but this is just a plain. So we've got some pillagers just there. But I see lots more flowers over there. And a village. Let's have a little explore in the village. All pretty standard villagey stuff in here. Nothing too different. So I'm going to head over towards what I think might be a flower biome. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed. There are lots of flowers. And that would be very useful for me. And I've just checked, and yes, this is indeed a flower forest. Look at all of these lovely flowers. This is exactly what I was hoping to find, because now I can, there we go, get all of these different coloured flowers, and they can all be turned into different dyes. In fact, I think what I'm going to have to do is maybe set another portal here so that I can get here quickly and collect all the things that I need. In fact, there is an automated farm that can be set up in flower forests to give you all of the different coloured dyes. So maybe that's something I'll look into as well. But good to know that this is here, and good to know that I can come over and get these flowers whenever I need them. Look, we've got more here. And up here. As lovely as this is, it isn't quite what we were looking for. But let me just show you. You've got orange tulips, azure bluets, red tulips, pink tulips, white tulips, alliums, cornflowers. If I pop these in here, look, red dye. Tulips, red dye. Azure bluets, light grey dye. Orange tulips, orange dye. Alliums, magenta, pink tulips, pink, white tulips, light grey. I think the only way to get white dye is actually from bone meal. But look, we're getting all of these I'm being pushed around now. All of these lovely colours that we can use to dye blocks. It's, yeah, very, very happy indeed. Okay, so there is another beehive here, which I'm going to wait until night time, which is coming close. Wait for the bees to go back into the hive, and then I'm gonna collect this one as well. At least then I'll have two hives, and I'll definitely have some bees that I can take back. But whilst I'm here, let's dye our dog's collar blue. There we go. One thing I didn't do, because I am an idiot, as you know, is I didn't pick up my bed when I left my horse. So I'm now in a flower forest in the dark, and it is very dark. And I'm going to go and head towards that village and try and sleep. Okay, so just to recap, I have found bees, I have found flowers, I have found one dog, which I think is different to all of the other dogs. I've dyed his collar blue. That's pretty much it. We're not doing great on the old dog hunting. So I think I'm going to head back to my horse. We'll head back towards home, drop off the bees, and strike out in a different direction. See if we have some more luck finding dogs there. Ah, yes, here we are now. You can see the difference between these two. So this one has kind of a tan face, whereas this one is completely snowy white, more like a white husky. And obviously we've got that blue collar. Let's go and give this doggy a name. I'm also going to pop my bee nests in here as well. We found you out in those snowy peaks, so I'm going to call you Snowball. There we go, Snowball. Snowball, I think, will have some lovely light blue armor when we get around to that. Now, I think I'm going to head out to where we had that pine forest before, which is a boat trip. So it's going to be over in that direction. Keeping my eyes and ears open for any dogs on the way. Is why I'm not bringing a dog with me on this section, so that I can actually hear the telltale sound of dogs. Whew, it takes quite a while to sail out to these places. That's where I'm heading, just over there. I definitely need to start working on a nether hub, I think, so I can get to all of these places nice and quickly. Alpacas! Wild alpacas! Okay. Mental note. I will definitely be coming in to pick these up at some point. Amazing! Just not right now. I'm not in a position to pick you up right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But at least I know where you are. Ouch. Okay, unfortunately no different varieties of dogs there. Let's carry on doing a bit of a search. I mean, we found one. That's okay. I'm going to call that mission complete, but it would be nice if we could find another. Hey! There we go. Right. Okay. You're a different kind of dog. You're very friendly. And straight away. There we go. Amazing. Right. That's now 3 kinds of wolf dog that we've got. Follow me. Follow me. Are you following me? Yes, you are. There we are, back home. I'm going to call that a success. We've got our original dog. We've got our new snowy white snowball dog. And then, of course, we have our new dog here. Because of where we found him, I'm going to call him Mushroom. With a lovely magenta collar. There we go. In fact, why don't you come over here? Because you don't actually have a name, do you? You're just... dog. There we go. But we do have Rufus. Let's get Rufus out here. There we are. Excellent. So we will at some point build a little home for them, a little kennel somewhere. Probably not in today's video because I want to get started on these bees. And I think maybe having them down here is not the worst idea in the world. So let's clear out this area. Much better. There we go. And I've gone ahead and just spread a load of bone meal. So we've got all of these flowers to feed our bees. Let's go and actually get our bees. Maybe a few slabs as well. And do I have enough campfires? So I think just down here is going to be a good area. And I'm going to place down my campfires first. I'm going to do one here and one here. I think that looks good. Then I'm going to place down my bee nests. I don't know why they're called nests and not hives. I suppose maybe hives are man-made, aren't they? And do one here. There we go. Bee comes out immediately. And one here. And they actually retain. So this one is full of honey, as you can see. Now I've got these slabs because I want to build a little bit of a roof on top. So let's do that. I'd like to get a whole line of them across here. Oh, there we go. Okay, we've got at least 2 bees. Let's see if we can breed some more. I've got a couple of flowers here. If I hold these flowers, then just like other animals, they should come towards me. There we go. There's one. Where did the other one disappear to? It's got into its house, hasn't it? No, I'll wait for it to come out. That's fine. But in the meantime, I'm going to go and grab... No, I don't have them on me. I need to get some shears. Okay, so now if I come up to this beehive and hit it with the shears... There we go. I've got some honeycomb. I can certainly hear them. What I want is for them to come out so that I can breed them and get more bees, more bees, more and more bees, so that we can carry on expanding what we've got here. But essentially the bees come out, they collect pollen from the flowers that are around, go back to their hive, and then create honey. Ah, there's one of them. Hello, Mr. Bee. Need your friend to come out as well, don't we? You go ahead, do your thing. Now, the other important thing about bees is that as they're going along, they drop a little green particle underneath when they're full of pollen, which actually increases the growth rate of crops. So, there we go. We've got 2 bees here. One here, one here. Let's give you a flower. Give you a flower. They should breed. And make a little bee. There we go. And then that little bee is going to live in this hive. So each hive can have, I can't remember whether it's 3 or 4 bees, but we've definitely got enough room. And now that we've got honeycomb, we should be able to make bee boxes. So we won't have to go out and get hives. We can just make our own ones. But the other thing we can use that for is making candles. So this is the beehive. It's just planks and honeycomb, which I do have. I'm not going to build that just yet. And then candles, honeycomb and string. That is all. And then you can add the candle to any dye to create dyed candles. So let's make a few of these. There we go. And then let's see what dyes we have. I've got light grey, magenta, red, pink, and orange. Let's do 1 red candle, 1 orange candle, and we'll leave 1 as a natural candle. Now let's go and place these up here. So these are basically part of the decoration for my house. Can I? So you can't stack them when they're different colours, but I think when you've got them as the same colour, you can stack them all together. And now if I get my flint and steel, there we go, and I'm pretty sure the more of them you've got stacked together, the more light they give off. We'll wait for our bees to produce more wax and we will test that out. Ah, there we go. I got some more wax and made some more candles. You can see you can have them in groups of 1, 2, 3, or 4. And they are colour coded. And the more you put together, the more light they give off. Look at how bright that corner is compared to that corner. So I think we're definitely going to be using these as decoration around the house. And it's really going to help with this slightly lower lighting thing that we've got on. And in fact, I've got a couple of things that I want to do as it gets dark outside. Now's the perfect time to show you. It's getting a little bit gloomy out here. So I have made these 2 lampposts and I'm really happy with the design. It's just a tough wall, dark oak fence post, 2 of those, another tough wall, a bit of iron fence, a bit of iron railing, and then a lantern underneath. And it looks really nice, and I want to light up the whole path going around. So this is feeling a little bit more, you know, lived in now. So have some over it in that area as well. And then in this plateau just over here, I'm going to be doing some building, so I want to do a bit of work over there. It's going to be just a little bit of flattening out and building a little bit of a path up there. And then there's one last thing to show you, which is another building project that I want to do. So I'll show you by coming down here. You'll notice I've done a few things down here. I've been putting in some of these decorative copper blocks. And then through here, I've now emptied all of this right the way down to the bottom. And if we go down into our little basement cave, there we go. Now you can see up here, yeah, that is our tower. The tower now comes right the way down here. And I've got a little something in mind, a little design that I want to do to tie all of this area together and right down into the mines and even up into the sky. It's going to be a big project and probably what I'm going to do next episode. Of course, do leave comments on what you would like me to do. I always like these little challenges like finding the dogs. But for now, I'm going to go out and I'm just going to build... Okay, Mr. Zombie. I'm just going to go out and build all of my lampposts and get that little path in there for where I want it to be. There we go, just slept, let those zombies burn to death outside. The other thing you might notice as well is I have been doing a little bit of breeding. So we now have 6 bees out here. It's the maximum amount I've been collecting. Quite a lot of wax from these guys. So it's going really, really well. As these grow up, I will then start adding additional hives into here and we can start thinking about, oh there, look, you can see that one's got pollen. It was dropping it on the flowers. There we go, see? Those little particles, that will make crops grow faster. So I want to use bees in conjunction with farming to make that much easier. But, right, let's get all of these street lamps in. Let's get all of the path up to this section up here and I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, right, let me show you a little bit of what I've been doing. So I've been doing a little bit of terraforming at the back here, just so we've got more open space without that big gorge. And then if we come out the front, we've got these lampposts, and then I have been peppering these around. Look at this. Or you might notice something over there as well. But I've been peppering these lampposts around, and I have to say, when the evening draws in, when it starts to get dark around here, this is looking absolutely gorgeous. It just ties everything together. So we'll show you this little thing up here. So I built another path up here, and then I've got this foundation for a building that I want to build, but I'm not going to tell you what that is just yet. You'll have to wait and tune in next time to see what that is going to be. But if we carry on over here, you can see, oh yeah, all of these lovely lampposts as we go around. Of course, it's fine me showing you this now, but really we need to wait till night time to get the full effect of this. So let's head on over to our animal area. Let's put our horse in the stables, and let's wait for night time, and we can start showing you what this really looks like. Okay, and as the sun starts setting, you can see now everything is starting to look lit up. It feels more cohesive, and I'm really enjoying this much moodier lighting at 30% lighting. So yeah, let's just have a look around and look at that. Look how pretty this all looks as the moon rises, as I start walking home. Look, it feels safer now, doesn't it? With actual lighting around, it feels safe. It feels like I can walk around and not worry too much about being accosted by enemies. But even up here, look, we've got our lamps leading up towards our mill up there. We've got some new lamps on the bridge. I might put some here as well, but I like the ones just leading up here. And yeah, it just, oh, it's feeling lovely. And the look of our house in the distance up there, definitely need to have a few more lights on the outside of the actual house itself. But the way the tower lights up, and as I said, I've got some building projects in the works, which we will definitely be working on next time. One of which is going to make the tower just a little bit more impressive. And of course, we've got our path heading up to our new building area up here, where yeah, I'm going to be building something extra special up there very soon. And then look at the hill with the pathways up and all of those lanterns. It just looks spectacular. I honestly can't wait until the point that we have an elytra, which I've never had in Minecraft, and we can start flying around and seeing the world from above and seeing these pathways all lit up. It's just going to look wonderful. Let me collect the wax from here. There we go. Oh, look at that view. Isn't that lovely? I think this is where we're going to call it for today's episode. It feels like we've made lots of progress with our buildings and getting some more infrastructure set out. Everything feels like it's coming together much more. Of course, we've still got lots of automation still to do and lots of building, which I'm very excited about. So glad we managed to finish today's challenge to get a couple of extra dogs, and I'm sure we'll be adding to that in the future, as well as building a little area for them to live. And of course, we've got our bees now, which is just going to make life so much easier when it comes to decorating. Don't forget to leave a comment down below with what you would like me to do in the next episode. As always, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and until next time, goodbye.